You were never told this. The money system is collapsing, and they don't want you to know.
A 30-year-old billionaire lost $30 billion in less than a week. He was called a genius, a visionary, the future of finance. Then everything collapsed. FTX, crypto crashes, NFTs worth millions suddenly worthless. And everyone said the same thing. It was a scam, but what if I told you FTX wasn't the biggest scam? Crypto isn't the biggest scam. Not even close. The biggest scam in human history is the system itself, and you're living inside it. Sam Bankman-Fried wasn't supposed to look like a billionaire. Messy hair shorts and a t-shirt sleeping on a beanbag. He said he wanted to make money to give it away. He called it effective altruism. FTX exploded in value. Celebrities endorsed it. Politicians praised him. Investors called him the next Warren Buffett. But behind the scenes, customer funds were being used by another company. Alameda Research, a research firm that wasn't really doing research. It was gambling with other people's money, and when confidence disappeared, so did $30 billion. But here's the uncomfortable truth. FTX wasn't unique, it was predictable because it followed the same blueprint as every financial bubble in history. In 2021, a digital image sold for $69 million at Christie's The Artist. People said it was the future, just like they said in 2017. During ICO mania, anyone could launch a token, raise millions. No product required. Some were parodies, some were scams, some disappeared overnight. Sound familiar? Because we've seen this before. In 1929, in 2000 and 2008, each time a new asset class, each time a new story, each time the same psychology, greed, euphoria, denial, collapse. But bubbles are symptoms, they are not the disease. So what is? In 1913, something changed. The creation of the modern central banking system in the United States that meant the birth of the Federal Reserve. Most people believe banks lend money that already exists, but that's not how it works. Through fractional reserve banking, banks don't just lend money, they create it. If you deposit $1,000, the bank can lend out most of it. That loan becomes someone else's deposit, which becomes another loan. Money multiplies, not backed by gold, not backed by productivity, backed by debt. And here's the key. Money enters the economy as debt, which means for money to exist, someone must owe it. And if debt stops growing, the system contracts. That's why crises happen. That's why stimulus happens. That's why bailouts happen, because the system requires expansion to survive. In 2008, the system broke. Excessive leverage, mortgage-backed securities, artificial credit expansion. When the bubble burst, banks collapsed. But did the system change? No, governments printed trillions. Central banks lowered rates to zero. Asset prices recovered. Inequality exploded. The wealthy owned assets. The middle class owned debt. And this is the hidden mechanism. When money is created, it flows first to financial institutions. Asset prices rise. Stocks rise. Real estate rises. Those closest to the money benefit first. This is called the Cantillon effect, and it quietly redistributes wealth. Upward, crypto was born as rebellion. After 2008, a response to banks' decentralization. No central authority, but speculation took over. Leverage returned, exchanges became banks, tokens became lottery tickets, and ironically, the same system psychology recreated itself. FTX didn't invent the game. It copied it, because when money is easy, fraud is easier. When liquidity is infinite, risk feels invisible until it isn't. The biggest scam isn't a person, it isn't crypto. It isn't one collapse, it's the illusion. The illusion that money is stable, the illusion that inflation is accidental, the illusion that debt doesn't matter, the illusion that the system serves everyone equally. For over a century, the system has required more debt, more expansion, more money creation, and every crisis becomes justification. For more of the same, that's the hidden secret of money. This doesn't mean collapse is inevitable. It doesn't mean conspiracy. It means structure, incentives, mathematics. And once you understand the system, you stop being shocked by headlines. You stop chasing hype. You stop believing every new financial revolution because you realize the game hasn't changed, only the packaging has. And the biggest scam in human history isn't that money disappears. It's that most people never understand how it was created in the first place. In 2022, within these hidden files, patterns of wealth emerge. The key is in the details. Subscribe now.